Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to our latest town hall. It's episode 86. Today's the 4th of April. It's great to have you here. And of course, we're joined by Bill and Billy Thomas. How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, good. How's it going?
Good. Good to see you. Busy. Things are going good. It's been a busy day. Lots of news that we've been talking about today as well. I'm looking forward to maybe sharing one or two projects today if we have the time to do that. And definitely we'll want to start off with some updates. And as always, Bill, I want to give you a chance to lead off, you and Billy to lead off with what you'd like to start talking about tonight.
Oh, no. Bill, you got anything? No, burning banners is in the mail to everybody, except for international. We're having our third-party international who was shipping it.
Yeah.
They're saying it's not going to go out until end of next week at earliest.
Oh, okay.
So international Kickstarters, are not, but then they'll get it pretty fast.
Okay, great. And I know I'm showing here, Bill, the release schedule that's coming up. So in the left column, we can see the next release will be Atlantic Sentinels, followed by Schutztruppe, and I'll actually show some information on that, or I'll share the newsletter we sent out yesterday. It also lists the dates of when we expect those to ship. And then we've got Paper Wars 106, which is Power and Resolution. And then a few people commented already, Bill and Billy, they noticed the last gamble moved back up in the pipeline on the schedule. So I saw a lot of hoorays on that one. And then I invite everybody to check out the other games coming up in our release schedule, including Iron Armor, which is currently on our Kickstarter. I'll be happy to share some of that from our newsletter. But
what we found is we did something different, which I don't think we've ever done, or that I can remember. What?
It's still the wrong cover of Flanks.
What happened?
It's still the wrong cover of Flanks.
Oh, yeah, you got the wrong cover of Flanks on there.
Oh, I may have changed it. I must be from another page because there's two different pages we have. So I know one of the pages has it right then. So I'll fix that pretty easy. That'll be a quick
Okay,
fix.
well, here's what we're doing. Okay, with Command, we did a survey, and so far, where's the survey?
Yep. I'll go to the survey. Sure, let me do that.
No, we're not showing the numbers. We're showing the
just the survey.
Just the survey, so you can tell who's winning.
Yeah. So on the newsletter, we have the survey, so I can just pull it up this way. So right here, Command Magazine Game Survey that Bill's talking about. You can just click on the image here, and here's the survey you're talking about, Bill, right here.
Yeah. Okay, so go down a little bit.
Yep, I'll go down a little bit. And here's the question right here.
Okay, so what's first place is right now a Second Front, Operation Sea Lion and Victory in Normandy. So that's in first place. Yep. Second place is Blitzkrieg 41. And then third place is actually pretty close, right? We'll call it a tie.
Yeah.
Between Hamburg Hill, that group, and Hell Before Midnight, the Civil War.
Civil War games. Yep.
So those are what we're looking at the moment, but anything can change.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. And then what I decided to do after doing this, because we got a pretty good response.
You got a really good response. A lot of people voted. So thanks everybody for doing that.
Okay. So what we're going to do is is what we're going to do is for the next four, we're going to put up the next four releases. Okay. And you're going to have an opportunity to vote who's going to be first, second, and third, and fourth in that. You only get one vote. So the next four releases after, obviously, Gamble and Iron Armor is all set. Okay, I think the next four releases are what? Flanks, High Sea, right? Grand
Kaiser's High Sea
War, Grand Fleet, and
Grand Fleet.
Yeah, Grand Fleet. Kaiser's Fleet.
Oh, and what's is it?
No.
Sea Power?
Oh, Sea Power in the State.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a survey of those four, and then you guys decide what order those are coming out in.
Sounds good.
Because those are the next four coming up. So you'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
Right, Bill?
So I'd say,
John.
I'd say again, check out the release schedule. So we sent out a newsletter yesterday. If anybody hasn't signed up for our newsletter, we do a very short news flash every week, but once a month, beginning of each month, we'll do a larger newsletter, which was this month. We just yesterday put out a longer newsletter. So right now we've got Iron Armor Würzburg by Bruce Maxwell. Got a great project team behind them, pretty much the same team members as for NATO, the Cold War goes hot. And on the Kickstarter page itself, you can see it right here, almost at 200 backers. I really appreciate all the backers we have. I noticed an interesting comment on the Facebook group. Somebody was on the fence, which makes sense, on the fence about should I buy, should I not buy. Actually, in the very first interview update, we did a 2-segment interview with Bruce Maxwell that you can see right here. I definitely say check it out, because the last question we posed to Bruce in this interview was, what would you tell somebody who's on the fence, hasn't decided if they're going to buy or not? What would you tell them to convince them? Yeah, go ahead and pull the trigger. So definitely check out the interview. Interview is really too, just for some basic information. But we'll have the last final segment number 2, part 2 of 2 will be posted tomorrow as well. So we'll have the second part of the interview posted tomorrow for that. Aaron Armour.
What did he say in the interview, John?
Well, I guess you got to watch it.
You got to watch the interview. So yeah, we talked about, we gave some background. We covered an overview. It was the first segment. So we gave an overview of the game. We addressed the question about solitaire play or solo play, and we went somewhat deeper into that one as well, because there's a solo play mechanism that actually works for Hidden Intelligence for a 2-player game, or you don't even know about your own forces in a 2-player game. It's very interesting. Or even for solitaire, you don't know about your own friendly forces. So it's a very unique, compelling system, as far as even more fog of war than you would probably experience before. And then we asked 4 questions in the first segment. That last question was what I just mentioned, Billy. It was basically, I'm not sure, about this. And then the other question was about the rules length. Can we talk a little bit about the length of the rules? What's that mean as far as learning how to play the game? So we talked about that as well. So I definitely say check out the Kickstarter page. Kickstarter page has the rule booklet posted as well. So
and the good thing is it might be a deep dive into the rules on this one, but like I said, we're doing other games in the series, and we're wrapping up. I think everything for the second game only needs the rule layout, which everybody's working on, and then that goes to the printer. So yeah, it might be 100 some pages of rules, but like I said, we're doing many volumes of this, and the second one's already almost to the printer.
So Bill, you just hit the nail on the head. That was one of the key reasons that Bruce gave for why you should consider getting this first game right away, because it's going to really extend as a platform. It's going to go into more modern, more contemporary combat situations. So from the 80s to more modern day. Also, it's going to then go to World War II. It's also going to cover World War II operations. So it's going to be a true platform that's going to have a lot of different iterations to it. So it's not like it's one game you buy, you have to read a bunch of rules, and then you got nothing else to do with it. So yeah, and there's 3, like you said, there's going to be 3 games at least in the Cold War era, 5th Corps, for example, and British Army of the Rhine. So lots of stuff going on there. But definitely check out the interview. It was a really good interview, really helpful. Got some good feedback on it already. So definitely say check it out. Burning Banners is now shipping, as you mentioned, Bill, and you talked about on the Kickstarter. There might be some delays there for international shipping. I also noticed there was a really nice post on Compass Games Enthusiast page that's hosted. And we got some really nice map images that gentleman posted, including a close-up of, I think it was scenario number 1 that was being played. So really, really cool to see this on our group. He's really enjoying the game. A lot of comments about how great the artwork is and how it's really special to have a talented designer who happens to be an artist as well. So that's like a perfect melding. So really nice to see what the coverage on Facebook for those that have already got Burning Banners.
I think that's the second scenario.
It's the second scenario? What they got, yeah. And there's a lot of scenarios. How many? You remember how many scenarios are? I think I had 29 scenarios. There's
I think there's 17 of the.
So right here, it's hard to read here because of the small type, but there's 29 scenarios according to this, and there's a basic and an advanced game. I think Billy, you've played it. Have you played it, Billy, a few times?
Yeah, but I just set it up before I came here.
Oh,
and I played the first. I've already played the first one, but I played again.
Now, when you've got it set up, do you have it set it up at your right now, where you're at now, or at your house, at your place?
Oh no, it's at my house.
At your place. Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
you guys would have to have competing tables, competing gaming room sessions to go on. Other news, we talked about the Command Magazine game survey, and for those that came in late, Bill mentioned there's going to be another survey going out where you get to decide which game is going to go out at a later date first. We're going to compare 4 different games. Our most recent releases, and I think this has come up in some of the comments tonight already, somebody mentioning they're going to try out Storm of Steel. They've gone through their first missions tonight, I think. So Storm of Steel has recently shipped, as well as Bismarck: The Last Battle. What I want to say about both these games is if you go to the product pages, you'll see updated clarification sheets for both Storm of Steel and for Bismarck: The Last Battle. So we definitely recommend you check out the product pages and clarification sheet. It's just a one-sided sheet, but definitely recommend you having that. Just helps you for game support. These are our two most recent releases. And then I want to talk about dates. I think that's important, Bill. Talking about our next two releases here. So Atlantic Sentinels by Gregory M. Smith. So it's going like it's flipping the hunters. So now you're the escorts, destroyers, fleet, and that's shipping April 25th. So it's shipping later this month. And then Shoots Trooper by the late Dennis Bishop, his design. It's going to be we project it'll be shipping on May 15th. So those are our two next box game releases, and then you'll see more on the release schedule on the website. And then a reminder about Paper Wars, because we do have Power and Resolution. That's going to be shipping next. Actually, I think that's next in line after the two I just mentioned. So we've got Paper Wars 106. You can get a subscription for those 3 issues that you can see right here. So keep that in mind. Or up to 55, at least 55 registered. Actually, there's a few that have paid that still need to register. So we're probably around 60 or more for registration. We're getting the seminar schedule together. We've already got a preliminary schedule. So I'm going to post that on our website tomorrow. I'm going to post playtest sessions, game demos, and seminars. All that's going to show up on the Expo website tomorrow. And that's our session we're doing now. And yeah, some background, some other things. So that's basically getting everybody up to speed, I think, for the month of April, Bill, besides filing taxes for those in the U.S., which is our own problem to solve. Learn to play. Mo's asking, and there will be, or mentioning, there is going to be a Learn to Play for Atlantic Sentinels. If Mo hasn't mentioned it already, I haven't read the comments yet tonight. Another thing that Bruce was really excited about is he partnered with Mo, and they've done an extended video series of Aaron Armour Würzburg, and it's really going to help you learn the game. So that's one of the things Bruce said about the rule booklet. I'd be shocked and surprised and disappointed if you actually try to learn the game from the rules. You can easily use the videos as a much quicker way to get into the system, and the rules will just reinforce it. So last gamble shipping date for you, Bill and Billy. You want to?
Yeah, probably. Right now we're looking at mid-June.
Mid-June for last gamble. Does Compass ship through with what's happened?
New York.
We go through New York. So fortunately, we are dodging, obviously, what happened there. Storm of Steel. Yeah, so you'll find the PDF of the rules. Also, as a hint, we also put the rules up. The first time you'll see the rules posted is on the Kickstarter page. And then after that, it will go into the product page. So you should find all the rules and any clarification sheet on the website. If not, let us know. We'll make sure we take care of it. But the Kickstarters always include the rule booklet, so you can learn more about the game. And Shoots Trooper, you can play solitaire. You can definitely do it solitaire. So there's no limited intelligence in the game or pre-planning or plotting. So it's one of those games where you're just playing both sides, but doesn't have a solo play mode or dedicated module. Didn't really need it. It's really just a 2-player game. You would just play by yourself. So, and get your questions in. If you have other questions, everybody, yeah, please go ahead and post your questions for Bill and Billy. We can get those in. I'll have a few things I'll be happy to cover here in a little bit, but we'll look for your questions first. And then Bill and Billy, if there's any other items you want to share or talk about that's going on with Compass that maybe wasn't in the newsletter that we haven't talked about tonight, or anything more about the Expo. I don't know if you want to talk about the Expo some more as we get ready, as we prepare for it.
Yeah, it's a month away, right?
It's coming up. A little more than
5 weeks away, and we're in about the 60s right now, maybe 62, 63.
Yep. Roma Victor, thanks for the question. So Fango's asking about Roma Victrix.
Yeah, it's off to the printers.
Off to the printers. That's a thumbs up. Michael's asking on YouTube, any update on British Tank Ace? So basically the game's done and it has to go through rules edit proofing. So that hasn't gone to the printers yet. I can probably just offer that up because we're going through the rules editing on that one. And we'll be doing that with Greg as well. Obviously, the designer's involved in that. John's asking about Battle Hymn 2, Volume 2, Bill?
Yeah, so it's got an email from, or I saw some emails go back and forth between Eric Lee Smith and the artist. So it's being worked on, and we're getting close.
That's awesome. Cactus Air Force, Bill? Well, I can talk about that. So that one, we're going to wrap up this month. So I'm working with the artist and the designer on that, Ray, and also Vicky's heavily involved in that project, doing a great job. Sort of a shared task. The artist and the designer, Ray, are both doing artwork, and they're doing a really good job with it. And the goal is we'd like to see it wrapped up in the month of April. So that's where we are with Cactus Air Force. Is we got a lot of projects basically wrapping up. I know we had another one. Brittany turned in this week, Adam Starkweather game. Name escapes me, but there's so many games.
For which one?
Oh, there was, I think it's a Pacific game that was
Shattered Swords.
Shattered Swords. Yeah, Shattered Swords. So we've got a lot of games that we don't often talk about here, or maybe it's going to be Brittany or Julian or Billy talking about their projects. But there's just a lot of stuff we don't get to that are games that are just getting completed. So we appreciate all the questions so we can try to get you caught up. Yeah, and BTA's with me. So I could just comment on that. Spitfire Ace, I can comment on that one as well. So the artist who is working right now to wrap up Cactus Air Force end of this month, so end of April, he'll be starting in May on Spitfire Ace. So the artist was assigned, but he's just trying to wrap up Cactus Air Force first, and then he'll start next month on Spitfire Ace. So that one is definitely, and that should go hopefully pretty quickly as well. So that's the good news on that one. Let's see. Dudley's asking a question I haven't read yet, Bill, so we're going to read it together. Dudley, I think it's a Paper Wars game, a Solitaire World War I trench raid game.
No, so that's not Paper Wars. The trench game is a box game. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's one that I think, is that the one Brittany is involved in, or is that?
No, Julian.
Julian's doing that one? Got it.
Well, it's almost done. It's in Brittany's. No, it actually went through. It's in there. It's at the printers.
It's at the printers already.
Oh,
perfect.
Jesus, Christmas.
Yeah, see, a lot of stuff is actually, we got a lot of stuff going through. Michael's asking on YouTube about would it be a possible to consider a reprint of the War Europe?
Yeah, no, we did. No, we did that maybe 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I think that's run its course.
All right. Last Gamble. Yeah, we just mentioned that. Clark, thanks for joining us tonight. It's going to be around June timeframe, is what Bill mentioned. So look for the Last Gamble. Mid-June. Yeah, Jeff, Bruce, Maxwell, he talks a little bit on that first segment on the Kickstarter page update. He talks about we're going to World War II for sure. Kaiser's Fleet, that's going to be one of the games you get to vote on as far as when it gets released. So that's something you'll see coming. Do you know when you want that survey to go out, Bill, since you mentioned it tonight? Do you know when you want to release that survey?
I thought you were doing it
tomorrow. I'll have it ready. Tomorrow I'll have it ready. So tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll post it.
Okay, there we go. Looking through it, other questions here. I'm catching up. Okay, same question. We just answered that. Since I'm investing so much in Bill's retirement fund already, maybe I should go ahead and subscribe to Paper Wars. Hey, it's just a 3-year subscription. It's not 4. I mean, it's a 3-issue subscription.
I like the 3-year though.
Yeah, it's going to be 30. You want to do a 30-year subscription is what I wanted to say. So 30-year subscription is what we're really aiming for. But yeah, so thanks for the support. And a lot of good, interesting articles and support materials are in Paper Wars, obviously. So you want to check that out. Let's see, what's Jeffrey saying here? For those that have played Steel to DVG Stuka Leader, any comparisons? So yeah, if anybody's played Storm of Steel, wants to compare it to Stuka Leader, I don't know much about Stuka Leader. That's Dan Vierson's solo design. Obviously, the designer of Storm of Steel, actually the designer of Storm of Steel, Joe Fernandez, I don't think he knows much about Stuka Leader either. But yeah, it's just another game offering that's out there for sure. Michael says, sent an email to Compass about a pre-order problem about Atlantic Sentinels over a week ago. Never heard back. So.
Yeah, don't know. Yeah, email me again, I guess.
All right, so we'll have to get that one.
I don't know what the issue was.
Michael, post what the issue was here if you could. That'd be awesome. Andrew, yes, it's a 30-year subscription. You can just add a few zeros at the end. And that we don't want Bill to retire officially yet. We want Billy to still have Bill around just for company a little bit longer. That's all. Any more designer editions of old classics? So, well, there's one I showed 1 or 2 segments ago when I was last on, and that was a new edition. So it's not a copy. It's not a reprint. It's a new edition, new game, but it's based on Avalon Hill's Air Assault on Crete. But it is a different game. It is not the same game. It is a different game.
Yeah, so it's not a designer edition.
Well, it's based on that, but better. So in other words, it's not the same title with that tag on it, but it would be like Vance saying, this would be my new, this is like my new version of that game. It's a new design. I'm changing a lot.
Yeah, so I wouldn't call it a designer
Yeah, it's
edition.
just,
I don't know. Well, whatever.
Let's see here. Join the
What is-
conversation. Is Sensuicon on this year's release schedule? Hasn't been discussed yet, so thanks for
Oh,
asking.
yeah, no. I thought maybe it went to who knows. I get so many. No, if your credit card is changed on our pay later system, okay, if you've ordered a game under pay later and your credit card changed, don't do anything. Okay, what will happen is when we go to charge it, you will get notified that it couldn't charge the credit card, and then you'll be able to do it. Okay, so don't I can't, that's what I tell people that say, oh, my credit card's changed, I can't, and the system won't let me change it
Right.
for that order. Okay,
Yeah.
when I tell them it's just wait until it charges, you'll get notified by email, okay, that it didn't go through, and then it will prompt you it will send you a link to go and put in a new credit card, and then you hit charge again. So that's the easiest way of doing if you need to update a credit card. Don't do it.
That's a good tip. And then also, I know for every Kickstarter, we see at least one question about if I've pre-ordered the game already, do I need to do the Kickstarter?
No.
So if you've pre-ordered, you're all set. And also the other question we get is, will I be able to order the game on the website after or I can't see it on the website during the Kickstarter. So that's actually by design. We take the page off. We turn off the product page because it's just Kickstarter that's running. So you won't find the product page on our website, but it will come back once the Kickstarter is over. Question from Card Stuntman, YouTube. Combat, the new printing of the first edition, the first volume, volume 1. Any news on the new printing of the volume 1?
Yes, it finally came in.
That's it.
And I think they start shipping Monday.
Oh, wow. That's okay. That's big news.
Sure.
Shipping on Monday. Okay. Didn't know that. Ken's asking about which Paper Wars edition is the Trench Raid game in. I'm afraid I can't answer that one.
No, Trench Raid
It's a
is
box
it's a
game.
box
It's a box game. Oh, okay. Oh, you
Trench Raid
talked
is
about
not
that.
Paper Wars.
I don't know.
Oh,
where
Billy
this
must
got
have-
Yeah, I
about
don't know
this.
how. All of a sudden, this has got to be a big thing, but Trench Raid is an actual box
Well,
game.
that's what we
Oh,
figured
got
out.
it. Got it. All right. Awesome. Yeah, it's again, like I said, it's Vance's new vision of this game. So it's not, I don't want you to think it's a reprint. It's not, it's a new design, but it's Vance pulling from his experience of doing Air Assault on Crete and now doing one up on it, doing a new version. And yes to that, the bonus game. I showed it. If you watch the last episode, I believe it's the last episode or maybe 2 episodes ago when I was last on, I showed all the artwork for Crete that's been in progress. So Brian or anybody else, if you're interested, just go back where I was hosting a town hall and you'll find the Crete about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, see
second
what
one.
happens is too, and then I'll address this one too, is with the pay later system. Okay, when you do a pay later order, it creates an actual order. Okay, it's a separate document. Okay, so I thought I can't believe you can't go in, and I think you can, but I need to find that out. But
Okay.
right now, say you moved or need to change the mailing address of what you want because you moved. What people do is they go into their account and change the address. Okay, that doesn't change an actual order.
Doesn't go back and
the
rewrite
order's
the order.
already been created.
Yeah, so it's
So
got that address.
It can't just find that order and say, okay, I changed the address in my account. So if you have an address change on a pay later, I don't know why you can't go in there and do it, but whatever. You need to email me that address.
Yep. good
Because I
point.
get guys saying, well, I changed it in the mailing. I changed it in my account. But and we do have it on the website that you got to email, okay, if you can't change it yourself on the actual invoice, because it does create an order. So if you move, you have to send an email is what I'm saying.
Yep, that helps. Thanks, Bill. Good question, Ian. No, it's not based on the GMT Operation Mercury game. It's going to be more closely, as I mentioned, the Air Assault on Crete Avalon Hill version. John missed the conversation about Roma Victrix. If you can give a
That's
quick...
because it's in the Philippines.
That's true. Yeah, he's the wrong time zone, so we can't
No,
talk
it's
about.
at the
We can't talk
printers.
ancients. We can't talk any ancients with him because
All the changes were, and all the additional stuff is actually being printed now.
at the
So,
printer. Yeah, somebody answered it right there for us. Actually,
yeah, I don't see
okay.
that coming on until 2025.
All right, and then Dudley, thanks. We got the credit card information for you there. All set. Looking for Sensuicon. I think we've talked about that already. Will the last gamble be on Kickstarter? Yes.
Yes, it's our next
That's
one.
That's our next Kickstarter, actually. Let you know. So let's see here. Yes, get your town halls in, everybody, for the giveaway, please. Got a lot of those, so thank you for that. All right. I think we've answered everybody's questions. If I missed one, just fire off right now on Facebook or YouTube. If you got any other questions, Bill and Billy, I'll turn it back over to you. If there's anything else you want to cover next.
Wow,
It's a steal.
it's a steal from Manila to Hartford.
Yep, there's the flight cost.
It's a bargain.
It's a bigger bargain if you just buy every game from Compass. So I think we had the 1776
Yeah,
product
that was a long time
SKU.
ago.
Yeah, but
That
that's
was
not
like-
U.S. dollars. That's in.
That was
that's in
every-
Pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not pesos.
Pesos.
Filipino money.
Yeah. So it's really like $100 U.S. dollars.
Flanks of Gettysburg, it's on the release schedule. EL. I should guess you're Ernie. I want to say Ernie or Eric. Sorry, don't know. Eric Lee Smith. I don't know. But Flanks of Gettysburg's on our release schedule on the homepage. What is it? 5 slots down or so?
No, but that's one that gets picked by the people in the order.
Oh, that's the one that gets picked by the people. So you're gonna get the vote on it. So you don't know about this because you missed this part. We're gonna put out a new survey poll tomorrow, and you're gonna learn more about. You get the vote for Flanks of Gettysburg and have it maybe shipped before 3 other games. Manassas is going to go through internal proofing, our last proofing phase internally. So that game is done, and then it goes through a final Q&A check, and then any corrections, changes, question go back to the designer and the artist. And we do that with every game, Thomas, just to let you know. Thanks for being here. Panzer Krieg, Masahiro still working on his For the Motherland, the final QA check I just mentioned just a second ago, just a moment ago. That's what Masahiro's doing right now. So he's the artist for Panzer Krieg. So that's on hold right now while he finishes that.
Yeah, Philippine peso.
Nice, you got that right, yeah.
There you go. And then Tank Leader is also going through a QA right now. One of our project team members for Tank Leader is going through the final QA check and questions we had. I think he's about halfway through it. So we appreciate that. Thanks for the comment, Chapter Master Belial. I hope I pronounced that right. He's a big fan of Compass games. One of my wishes would be to give the designer signature edition treatment to the Victory Games Fleet series. Well, we are doing Fleet series, but and we're incorporating all the known errata for it, Bill, right?
Yeah.
Any update on Lightning Strikes?
Yeah. That it needs a long time. It's a big game, so I'm going to need a long time to go through the Brittany review. Yeah, I'd say that's a 2025 release.
2025. That's a fair response. Pontiac's War is one of the games you're going to get the vote on. That's correct.
Yeah, Pontiac's War, one of the 4 games you get the vote on.
You get the vote on. Did Shoots Troopa ship already? No, it is on the schedule. It was also mentioned in our newsletter. So just to share again, it's right here for you. Shoots Troopa will ship after Atlantic Sentinels. So we've got Atlantic Sentinels on April 25th, and we've got shipping Shoots Troopa thereafter on May 15th. So we're a little more than a month. We're about 5 weeks out, right around the convention, right around Compass Expo time, actually, is when that's going to happen. So thanks for your question.
No, not the first one.
Do you have a game in development from Paul Koenig? We do have games of Paul's that we're doing, so I can share with you that we're going to be doing his Antietam game, and we're also adding a second Civil War battle game to the box. So there's going to be 2 games, 2 Civil War battles in the box, and Paul's doing some other work, and I'll leave that to Bill. If Bill wants to talk about the other games, I'll leave that to you, Bill, for Paul Koenig, if you want to talk about those or not. Otherwise, I'll leave it with the Antietam project that's being worked on.
What else we got?
Let's see. We got here Kaiser's High Sea Fleet by Gilbert Collins. That will be one of the games you can vote on that we're going to do a survey tomorrow. That's one of the 4 games in the survey about helping pick when it gets released. How about Carrier, the original game, Bill, as a redo?
Yeah, I just got an email from John Southard this afternoon, and he said he's he's addressed. He's got Carrier going out to play testing again because he made changes to it, the original one. Okay, so that's being worked on. Then he said he's starting to work on the Atlanta campaign, which is part of the grant system, grant that we're doing. So he's going to do one on Atlanta campaign. And then he said he's because I asked him, he's going to do a redo of the old Antietam game that was in Command that he did, which I forgot that he did that game.
Yeah.
So that will come out either. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll probably put both in the same box, the old one and the new, because he said the new one is going to be really different.
Oh, that's a good idea to combine them.
And then the other one we're doing, Command, that the guy's working on is Desert Storm. Yeah, I think that's the one. We have a redo of that game as well.
Oh, so, from Command.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. Aaron, I want to say Aaron Danis is working on that, if I got the name right. Any timeline on when the City Fight reprint will be released? I have to talk to a different publisher. That's not us.
That's not us.
We don't have rights to that game. Any news on Grant? I think you just mentioned that.
Grant, after these 4, Grant will be in the next series that comes out that people will pick. So I would say late December, maybe early next year. That's gonna be a great release. I'm looking forward to that one. That's gonna be a really good one. Any news on the French expansion for Tricorn? Yeah, it's actually at the printers. There we go. Phase Line Smash. I'd have to check. I'm not sure if that's part of the GDW stable of titles. I'm not sure it is. I'd have to double check that. I can check. I can get the answer on that. Galaxy Force. I believe that was already gone through final. What? I don't know. No, she hasn't done that. Hasn't done that one yet. Okay. No, that's not going to be until 2025. We haven't got that through. Brittany still has that. Yeah. Timeline on the Troubles. So Troubles has actually moved up. I thought it was going to be taking longer, but Troubles is going to be. I've been talking to the designer, Domhnall Hall, for the last week or two, and they're working right now to get all the final printer files together. So this is where the artists work directly with the designer on that. So I'm expecting it could be end of this month that we get all the printer files for the Troubles. So I'm hoping maybe more realistic, let's say by end of May, because I don't know how long it's going to take them to get all the files organized. But so there's not any new work to be done on the Troubles. It's done. So it's just a matter of them getting all the printer files together. And I think that's going to, I don't know how big a task that will be for them, but yeah, it's coming together. Paul, late to the party as always. It's great to have you here. So thank you so much. There are going to be expansions for Burning Banners. Maybe I'll save that for Brittany or for a future update. So we will have that.
You go up one more higher. Go
one higher.
One higher. Okay, let's see. I have pre-ordered, but my address has changed. What should I do? Okay.
You send an email to sales@compassgames.com if you need an address change.
That's right. There you go. Sandstorm by Mike Arrighe. Yes, he's got a developer helping him on that, and they've got a new update version of the rules. So a lot of attention's been put on the game, and also somewhat of a rules reorganization rewrite, just getting the rules tightened. So it's much further along, and it's really good to get support. I know Michael's happy with the support he's getting for development of his game. So that one is moving along, but it's not like ready for printers or anything along those lines. Yes, we'll have discounted games at Expo. Usually it's around 50% off, typically. So unless there's maybe a brand new release, then those won't get discounted right away if it's brand new. All right. So, I think we've got everybody's, I think we're caught up here. So anything else, Bill and Billy, before I can get into some stuff? I've got a few minutes.
What are you going to show?
I was going to show, basically we're final and done with one game, which is Breakthrough Russia. Ernie's away. He'll be back next week, and he wants to do a final pass on it. So I was going to,
I like that. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do that first, and then I have a little fun. I'll have a little fun segment for tonight. So we can do the fun segment later. So what I want to share with everybody is, let me get this up here.
Later.
So here we go. So what we're going to talk about tonight, what I'd like to talk to you about tonight, everybody, is Ernie Copley's done some great games for us. He's done some really big games. He's done the War Europe, the expansion for the War Europe, and he's the War of the Pacific. So he's done some great big games. Huge effort. And now he's letting his hair down a little bit, and he's doing some much more playable games lately. He's done a North Africa game that I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point in the future. And I think I've already shared that game in the past, Desert Generals. He's also working on a new game series called, as you see here, called Breakthrough Russia.
Right.
So it's a single map, like a mounted map, playable game, strategic level, World War II Russia. So that is the back cover. Our front cover, the back cover is right here. So to give you an idea of the game, it's a small full-size map. So I'll give you an idea of what it is there. Again, the game's meant to be very playable. So this is not like the War Europe. It's not like the War Pacific where it takes multiple days. This is meant to be you sit down yourself or with a second player. It's a 2-player game as well. You can finish it in a single sitting. So whether it's a scenario, and there's scenarios for Barbarossa, Fall Blau, Kharkov, Kursk. There's 3 scenarios. You'll finish those real quick. Finish those in an hour or two, or the full campaign, the full war, the war in Europe, the Russian front war takes a few hours. It's done in a single day. So let's take a look at some of the files. So let's do a preview. So here is the map. So it's a single map. It measures. Oh, let me go back to the box. I should have focused in.
Oh boy.
Focus in more of the box here. So here's the components. That's important. So the components for the game, it's 18 by 26 map. So normally it's 22 by 34. So it's a little smidge smaller mounted map. There's 3 sheets. I call them 2.5 sheets of 5/8" counters. 2 double-sided setup sheets because we've got all the scenarios, and 2 double-sided player aid cards, and a train effects chart, detailed sequence of play. I'll show some of these things now. We got some variant cards. So there's historical events and variants that can take place, and you can play those during play. And again, so it's a pretty tight package overall. So just want to share that with you. So let's go back to the map. So here's the map right here. And we'll go ahead and enlarge it a little bit just so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, there we go. So now you can see it a little bit better. So Shane Logan did the map. So it gives you an idea of the map. Hopefully that's enough detail where you can get a nice close-up view. Again, it's a little smaller than a full-size single map. Per the back of the box. That's why I want to show you the components. So it's strategic level. You can see based on the hex size, it's a strategic level game you can finish in a single sitting. That's basically the single map sheet for the game.
What?
The counters are right here. So here's the counter sheet. Here's counter sheet number 1 for the
looks red for the Soviets.
Soviets? Yeah, you guessed right. That's the Soviets right here. A bunch of markers for the game to track some key attributes. Resource points is big. There's breakthroughs. There's exploitation. There's air missions, rail movement, railheads, out of supply. But again, very playable game, right?
Makes sense.
Here's the Germans, right? So the German side, Axis, or I should say Axis side. We've got some Italians with the green box, as you can see here. So you can see those as well. Got the air units there. Designated battle hexes are those orange counters, which you can see probably right here where my blue dot is. So lots of little things going on. Ernie's really good at, he sprinkles in a lot of flavor into his games, but the rules are quite, I'll show you the rules here in a moment. Rules are quite short, quite condensed. So, and here's those markers again, this time for the access side. And then there's a half sheet. So what we've got those variant event cards. You can also, there's chits for them as well, but there's also other markers like sea movement, optional sea movement, some coverage about the weather, comrades, leadership, things of that nature. So we didn't have a full third cover sheet to cover, but again, it's about 2.5 counter sheets. Here's the rule booklet. Rules are pretty short and tight. So again, not too many pages. Type's fairly big, so it's not going to take a lot to get into the game. As you can see from the table of contents, not too much, but a lot of flavor in the game. Good examples of play. So you're seeing on the left page there, you're seeing some examples of play, explaining everything. More examples of play. So this takes up, almost the 2 pages right here, just to give you some really good, clear examples on movement. So see all the examples, very big, concise examples on everything. So this is meant to get into very easy. Then we got exploitation, the weather, supply, workers. These are those optional variants, which bring in units that might bring in units into the game, as well as other events. And we've got those game cards as well, and some brief designer notes. The scenario booklet, there's 3 scenarios in the campaign. So each page has a scenario, and then there's the campaign game. And again, even the campaign, you're going to finish in a single sitting. I'll make this a little bit bigger. This is the detailed sequence of play. So this is a detailed sequence of play. Some of these steps will be skipped, or you'll go through them very quickly. But we want to give you every step possible that happens. But again, this game moves very quick. Don't let this trick you in believing this takes more than a full day to play. You can finish this game, the campaign, in one day. Access setup. Here's the sample access setup card. Same for the Soviets. And here's a major play aid. In this case, it's the train effects chart, which everybody, of course, knows we need for gameplay. So pretty straightforward, very easy to follow. And I believe there's a copy for each player. So there's like duplicates of these in the game as well. So I hope you like what you see there. So that is Breakthrough Russia. That will be, again, Ernie's going to come back. We're going to wrap up any final changes he wants. But we're really looking forward to and excited about this game. It's going to be a really good seller. It's going to be a really playable game. Really looking forward to it. Anything else, Bill, you want to cover before we have a little bit of I throw a little experiment out there for everybody.
And what might that be?
All right, so here we go, everybody. So we're going to test your skills. Okay, we're gonna test our audience because they've been testing us. So we're gonna test the audience now. So what we want to do is we want to see if you can name that Compass game. All right. So this is a challenge. We've got some veterans here. I don't know how many of you can raise your hand and say you've been to maybe 50% of our town halls. We've done 86 of them. So if you've done at least 40, you're a veteran. You're a grognard. We really appreciate your dedication to keeping up with us. So we're going to test you now. So let's see how you do here. And I'm going to try to start easy. So I want to show you something here. And I want to see if you can name this game. So in your comments on YouTube, and this is for Bill or Billy, haven't seen this, of course. He's in abject horror right now. He has no idea what I'm doing here. I want to see how many can name the game. This is a Compass game that's been published. I want to know if you can name this game. And if you can name the game, you get some points. You get some points for that. I'm going to make it a little easier on you. Here's one of the rules. Here's one of the rules cases for the game. Maybe this will help. So types of attacks. Whenever the word attack appears on a card, so card play, there's a hint. Not every game has cards in it, right? So that's my approach here. So we want to get an idea of what you guys think. So what we've got here.
Somebody got it.
People guessing Lamps, Imperial Tide, Blitz, Ostkrieg, Death in the Trenches, Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven is not a Compass release, so you don't have to worry about that. Attrition of Souls, Dune. I haven't seen that movie yet, part 2. I have to do that. So we do have a winner. So it's Ostkrieg by Mitch Ledford and Gregory Smith. So John Sy is our winner of round 1. So is this okay, Bill and Billy? Should I keep going?
We got it wrong.
Yeah. Should I keep going or should I stop here?
Yeah, we got it wrong.
All right. We're going to do 3 rounds because this is the experimental town hall session on this, just to have a little fun. So let's do round 2. So congratulations again to John Sy.
I know.
Round 2. Here is a counter of a game published by Compass. So please think about it. I am pausing here because there's a delay in the comment feeds from YouTube and Facebook. So I'm waiting intentionally here. So we've got 8. So I'm going to show some of the. So we've got 1812, right? NATO. Got Burning Banners, Rebel Tide, 1812. Rebel Tide hasn't been published yet. So again, the game has been published, if that helps. 1812, Dawn's Early Light, Dawn of Empire, Sovereign of the Seas.
No.
War for the Union. Sovereign of the Seas again.
That's it.
I don't know if that's right.
Sovereign of the Seas is getting a lot. Cradle of Civilization. All right, thanks for the comments. Appreciate that. I'm going to give you another help. Here's your second tip. Here's your second hint, guys. Here is the rule. Building transport. Transports require 1 month to build. The Confederate player, so we can forget about Ancients games now, because I don't think there's any Confederates and Ancients era games. I'm not aware of it. So maybe this helps you, and it's not obviously, it's not 1776. You know, it's not going to be that Continental Army because we're talking
We got that one right.
So it's not going to be 1812. It's not going to be 1812. Unfortunately, Emory, sorry to disappoint because it's Confederates again. So we're trying to help you here. Yeah, Panzer ships. That's not a bad guess. John Sai's going with War for the Union. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. It is a War for the Union by Rob Bama. So John Sai is running away with it. He's 2 for 2. He's won each one, and I think he's gone almost unchallenged. Or maybe one other person. Did one other person say War for the Union, perhaps? So, all right, guys, you're going to have to up your game now because John is laughing at all you guys. He is laughing. He's even laughing at Bill and Billy because they lost the first one. So, so we're going to challenge John C. this time. I got to pronounce his name correctly too. So here we go. Final round. Let's get retribution here on John. Right? Let's try to beat him here.
I think
So here we go. There's the first counter.
this is gonna be a tough
It's
one.
not Civil War. It's not Ancients. It's not
Canadian.
1812.
I think it's American bomb.
So again, we want to think through this one. So I'm going to give you some time. It is not. That's a pretty good guess right there. Wabbit Wampage Luftwaffe edition. I like that. We've got American Bomber. We've got NATO. Interceptor Ace.
You know, cold, huh?
American Bomber showing up. We got Night Fighter.
No, it might be one.
There's Interceptor
looks like-
Ace. Let's see. Did John C. voted? He voted America Bomber, huh? Okay, I just want to see. All right, let me give you another tip. Let me give you another hint here, guys. See if this helps, okay? Because we got about 4 or 5 different games. So, parachuting to safety. In certain cases, you'll be shot down by an American fighter. You will be shot down by an American fighter.
Oh, it's America.
All right.
Yeah.
So that might change things a little bit, right? So yeah. So let's see.
Wow.
Let's see who wins.
No, but you'd be shut
Oh,
down.
yeah. That's
America
Yeah, I knew that one.
Bomber. So John is 3 for 3. John absolutely ran away. A lot of other people. I gotta say, a lot of other people got this one correct too. So John can't completely laugh at all of us because about 5 or 6 other of you got it right as well. So anyway, this is just a way for us to sort of test your knowledge of our games a little
This
bit.
was good. I like this.
Look, I gotta give you credit, John. This was
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. I
All
did
right.
too.
So well, you're stuck with me in 2 weeks because I'm going to be covering for Brittany. So
That's right.
maybe I'll do some more if you guys like this. I'll
You gotta
I'll
do
throw
more
some.
than 3, though. You gotta do more than 3.
Yeah, well, I got to make sure you guys like this, and then if you like it, you got to now study up. You're gonna have to study up and prepare because in 2 weeks it's gonna be a lot harder. It's gonna be a lot
no,
harder.
Very good. I liked it. It was
All
very
right. Well, thank you
entertaining.
for that. So we do have another game. I'll just hold it for next time because I have to be back in 2 weeks here, and I want to have some new material to show you. So we're going to show you Panzer Ace work by Gregory Smith in 2 weeks' time. We'll come back. We'll do also another. We'll test your knowledge of Compass games that have been released, and we'll try to make it harder on John C. so he can't win and laugh at us all. So we'll look forward to doing that. So what we do need to do now, of course, Bill and Billy, anything else you want to cover? I want to make sure we do
that's
our
it.
town
We'll
hall.
do what are we giving away? Nothing this week.
We're giving away nothing this week. We're going to skip it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to skip it. So make sure you get your town halls in. So
we're
hashtag
not
town
doing
hall. Hashtag town hall. I feel like I got to give John something. I'm embarrassed how easily he answered all 3 questions. So he actually opens the box. So John actually opens the box when he buys our game. So there you go. Oh, thanks, John C.
Yeah.
So town hall, we have 155 people.
Somebody's gonna get a good game because burning banners.
Oh, it's going to be burning banners. Okay, well, you guys better vote because we have over 200 people and we've got 155 entries. So if we have some new people tonight, you got to write. You got to write hashtag town hall just one time. Write it in Facebook. Write it on YouTube. Get your comments in, so we can go ahead and give you a chance. Burning banners again on the Facebook Compass Games Enthusiast page. Some really cool photos of the map being played.
What?
Scenario number 2, as Billy says. So I guess we're good to go. Should we go ahead for burning banners now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and do that. So good luck to everybody for burning banners. It's a great, really great game. And somebody's going to be a lucky winner here for sure. Definitely a lucky winner.
Obviously, and she left you with
And the winner for Compass Games Town Hall episode 86 is Another Beautiful Day in Pennsylvania. I have no bloody clue who that could be. I have no idea. We have a lot of people from Pennsylvania that chime in here. So I know Gregory Smith's in Pennsylvania, but he uses a different hash. He uses a different tag name. So whoever you are, you want to send an email to sales@compassgames.com. You want to claim this prize because it's burning banners. So we want to definitely get the right person here. It's pretty important because it's a very special door prize, a raffle for tonight.
It's paradise. Is it paradise or is it?
Another beautiful day in, it could be Paradise. Yeah, probably Paradise. I was going to say Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it looks like Pennsylvania, but it can't be
PA
because
I'm going with Pennsylvania's Paradise. We're just going to go with that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the town hall. So I'll turn it. So again, it was great to be back with everybody. We'll be back. I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'll show another game. We'll John C has thrown down the gauntlet. He's challenging me to find even a harder contest to do in 2 weeks. So I'll try to do that, and I'll turn it over to you, Bill and Billy, to close out this
Well,
week.
we'll be back in 2 weeks.
We will be back. That's correct.
Yeah, so we'll all be back.
Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, have a good 2 weeks, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Take care. See you in
bye.
2 weeks. Bye.